Hi everybody, I'm Sandy.
And I'm Debbie.
We're from the Normal Paranormal Group. And today we're going to talk about true or false. Which is the true story and which is the false story?
Yep, is Sandy telling a true story?
Or is Debbie telling the true story?
Figure this one out.
We're going to give you two stories. My story starts out where a friend of mine, her mother had this friend who lost a child, and the child died, and the mother would cry and cry and cry every night. So this child came back and went to the mother, her mother, and said, which was the best friend of the woman who lost the child, and the child came to her at the end of the bed, and he said, I can't carry this anymore. And she looked at him. The tears are too heavy. They're so heavy. And it was a big sack of tears. And the bag was getting bigger and bigger. And he could not hold this bag anymore. So she went the next day. She called her best friend up. And she says, you have to stop crying. Your son came to me last night, and the bag of tears were so heavy that he couldn't carry them anymore. So she stopped crying, and the little boy came back to her, and the bag was much lighter. He came back to let her know. So do you believe this is a true story? Or you think this is a made-up story? Let me know.
Okay, now my story. Sandy and I were doing an investigation at this one cemetery. And we were walking through the cemetery, and we decided to go to the older parts because back then they didn't have embalming, and some people got buried alive. So, which causes hauntings in a cemetery. So, we started walking towards these weeping willows, and the closer we got to them, the darker it got. And we looked down at the headstones. And to our surprise, that whole section of the cemetery was under like 2 inches of water, the headstones. And so we were walking and trying to look around, and then it started getting darker where we were walking, and we noticed a shadow, like a mist. It went from one tree to another tree real quick. And so Sandy and I decided, let's check it out. We don't know what it is. Maybe it's a person, maybe it's what? A wild animal. So we started walking, and the mist, it was a mist, a black mist, and it went to another tree. But it seemed like it was leading us into the darkest part of the cemetery. So we got that feeling to get out of there. So we said, no, we're not following you, and don't you follow us home. And we left.
So do you think Debbie's story's true? Or you think she made the story up?
You
decide. And we'll let you know tomorrow.
Okay, until then.
Bye, everybody. I'm Sandy.
And I'm Debbie.
We're from the Normal Paranormal Group. Bye, everyone.
Remember, true or false? Who's telling the truth? Who's telling the false?
Write it below the video. Bye.
Bye.